Yun.
Are we?
Magandang gabi sa lahat. Yeah. Are we live? We are live.
Nice.
So parang may bagong setup tayo ngayon, Tawa.
Oo, nandito sa upper floor kasi nandito yung family. And it's been a while, Joe. Musta na? 3 weeks ata tayo wala, no?
Yeah, long time no live. I think it's almost 3 weeks na hindi tayo nakapag-live. Kasi speaking of not being live in the previous week, kasi of course na yung time, maraming pinuntahan. Yan.
Oo, actually, for me, nasa Singapore ako last weeks. Getting to know other crypto people and also just touching grass. Ganun. Tapos ikaw, Joe, recently nasa Boracay ka, di ba?
Yes, nandun ako. And I was able to attend the first ever Bitcoin conference dito sa Philippines. Yan.
Wow.
So actually it was sponsored by the two big companies here in the Philippines. It is Points.ph at saka Pouch.ph. Shout out sa kanila.
Wow, sana all nasa Boracay. Kamusta? Ano yung experience naman dun sa conference?
Basically, yung experience ko is, of course, in the very first place, maganda siya because of the place. No? Kasi nasa island kami, Boracay. So, ayun. In terms naman dun sa conference, ang dami kong natutunan, most especially sa mga talks and the people around, most especially yung mga attendees. Kasi I have met a lot of OGs dun eh. Like, those people who started really crypto and Bitcoin. Talaga mga Bitcoiners talaga sila, no? They started like around 2011, 2010, 2012, something like that.
Wow, nice. Ano yung mga key takeaways doon? Ano ba? Full time to buy Bitcoin or what's the alpha there?
Yeah, of course. There is only one alpha that I can bring to all of you guys, and that is the bullishness of the Bitcoin in the long term. Kasi we cannot deny that Bitcoiners are really bullish hit bear market. Can you just imagine they are still holding their Bitcoin until right now? And so
nice.
isa sa mga takeaways ko is the ongoing innovation of the technology, which is the blockchain, wherein ito yung pinakaunang technology na nag-support sa Bitcoin. So yun, they have also talked about the technology, the regulation, the legalities and all.
Nice. How's the essence of Bitcoin there? I heard Bitcoin is being is allowed, or like in Boracay, you can use your Bitcoin for payments. Bumibili ka ba ng ice cream doon gamit Bitcoin? Ganun daw sa El Salvador eh. Is it the same as Boracay now?
Actually, hindi ako nakapagbili ng ice cream gamit ng Bitcoin. Bumili ako ng shawarma gamit ng Bitcoin. Yun. So, actually, it's true guys na nag-accept na talaga sila ng Bitcoin doon. Pero, that was supported by the Lightning Network. Alam mo yung Lightning Network, Pao?
Yeah, Lightning Network. It's a line, or like, it's kind of like a layer 2, di ba? That it's built on top of Bitcoin Network to allow easy transactions and cheaper fees. Kasi we know that blockchain or Bitcoin blockchain is proof of work, where it has like a longer time to finalize transactions. That's why they built Lightning Network, to make it faster and cheaper. But for that, ginagamit yun for payments, on-ramp, off-ramp, merchant payments. Hence, like si El Salvador, you can buy ice cream with Bitcoin. So I think yun din yung ginagamit nila sa Boracay.
Yeah, exactly. And it's powered by Pouch.ph. So nice. You just need the QR codes and tapos yun, scan lang. Yes, ang bilis.
Nice.
Lightning.
Lightning talaga. Ikaw, ano ba yung ginamit mo pambili ng pasalubong mo dyan sa Boracay, Bitcoin, ganun? Feeling ko, umubos yung 5,000 Bitcoin mo.
Grabe naman. Pero I have received a reward from the Coins.ph at saka Bitcoin din kasi nanalo ako ng trivia question din. So, it was an opportunity for me.
Yeah. Wow. Congrats to you, Joe. Anyway, we are digressing, no? Medyo na-excite ako dun sa Bitcoin adoption dun sa Boracay. I wanna go to Boracay and see and if I could pay with my Bitcoin as well. But anyway, sa mga nanonood, good evening, everyone. I just wanna do my intro, no? This is not mine, our intro. So this is Unfold, where we discover, learn, and share about cryptocurrency and the market, unfolding new crypto insights so you don't have to. Ayan, it's time to share some alpha because it's been a while that we aren't able to share alpha. April, what's your number one lookout for April, Joe?
Ayun, April historically for me it's a bullish month Kasi if you're going to see, to check the previous years during April, bullish month talaga siya consecutively happening like around 2013 to 2017 ata. Yun. So
Nice.
hopefully this year, no? Mag-rhyme yung ano niya ngayon, no?
Well, yung sa akin naman, April is actually, for me, the month of Ethereum because of Shapella, or what we call the Shanghai Upgrade. Shanghai siya kasi before, but now they call it Shapella to combine Shanghai and Capella. But we'll learn about that later, no? I think what's good to start is I want to know about what you think about the macro market currently, Joe. Is there something that we have to look out for? Or pretty much we know already, no? Pinag-usapan na natin ito before. How about maybe we can just go straight to Bitcoin, or if you want to add something in the macro market, what do you see there?
Yeah, kasi di ba kaka-open lang ng monthly chart ng Bitcoin from March to April. So, we're gonna look at the monthly chart first, maybe siguro. So, if you are going to check here, using the moving average 50. So this is the yellow line. If mapapansin mo pa, whenever the price is above, this is a monthly chart. So whenever the price is above this moving average 50 in the macro perspective, bullish yung ano natin, no? So it's the first time actually in the history that the price draw down below the moving average 50 dito. Pero yung maganda ngayon, what's the good news is that the March candlestick actually closed above the moving average 50, which is somehow it's a bullish in the macro perspective. Yun. So kung mag-dip man siya ulit, it will gonna touch around 25 or 24 areas. So that could be the most probable, retracement na mangyayari if ever mag-retracement siya ulit. Yun. So technically, Paulo, the price broke out already in these macro ranging zones. So for how many months? Actually, 8 months siya yung consolidation niya dito. So ngayon, finally, we can actually say that we are now in an early bullishness of the market. Ano sa tingin mo?
I actually like your chart. We have the same sentiment. And I think pares tayo ng sentiment ever since November last year na it's time to buy, it's time to accumulate. We've been sharing that for a while now, and we're seeing the results of it, no? Of course, this is not to say that we are sharing financial advice. It's just like our personal experience. And based on your chart, no, if I see the dip na sinasabi mo, which is that supply zone or support zone that you were saying, which is the demand zone, dips are for buy. So for me, every dip for me is a buy. Ganon lang naman yung gagawin ko. And of course, if you buy, it's not really going full on. There's always a thing called dollar cost averaging, or DCA. Ikaw, Joe, what's your current portfolio right now? Are you going full on to the market or medyo safe pa konti?
Actually, yun yung hinintay ko na topic natin. Isa sa mga topic which is ang yung portfolio. Kasi, matagal ko na kasing gustong alamin yung portfolio mo. Joke lang. Yung portfolio ko ngayon is actually like, I'm 80% yung stables ko is nasa sa cryptos. So I'm just allocating that 20% for some of the stuff, like for example, staking, something like that, and to play with for trading purposes. Pero 80% of my portfolio right now is actually already in the crypto. Yun. How about
Right.
you, Pao? I'm
Actually,
curious on your portfolio actually.
so yeah, true. I mean, most of my portfolio that I used for investing, it's already there, honestly. So meron na lang akong cash for security purposes, savings, expenses, and all that. But pretty much, I am a degen since 2020 when when I ventured into DeFi. So mostly nag-LP now, liquidity provision, earning from my stake, and all that sorts of stuff. Yeah, for dollar cost averaging, if I put not me, I still have like a monthly thing going on with like my research work, consultancy work, and all that. Pretty much papasok at papasok pa rin ako. So dips are for buying for me. Unless sabihin mo na hindi na. Hindi, joke lang. Ayun.
Yeah, of course, hindi pwedeng hindi. Kasi we are gonna, this is not always a financial advice, no? Kasi this is based on what we can see in the market, no, currently. Kaya we are giving this to you as a guide for you to be able also to see, how we, take the market currently. So I'm bullish. We are in the early bull run, kung baga. Kasi next year, Pao, di ba? Ito na yung tinatawag natin na halving. So,
Yep.
kung baga, it adds also to the bullishness of the market currently. Yun.
Yeah,
So,
fundamentally.
actually, si Pao yes.
Say, go ahead. I'll finish you first.
Yeah, kanina guys, si Pao nag-mention about yield trading, staking. So, you guys, if you wanna learn more about it, so join our Discord kasi we are actually giving like fireside, and user journey on the yield trading. Tawag dito, yung trading na usual na trading na ginagawa natin is not just the way on how we can earn in crypto. So, merong mga decentralized protocols that are actually giving, passive income like staking, and also, of course, you need also to have strategies in yield trading. Yun.
Yep, I agree as well. Just want to add in dun sa fundamentals on why we're considering more on dip buying rather than selling off. No, imagine last year was one of the years where most of the interest rate hikes happened, and it's one of the largest. We've seen implosions in the crypto market, such as 3AC, FTX, Celsius, BlockFi. They all got imploded. That's a sign of like capitulation. We also have banks right now that are actually on the verge of being insolvent, and some have already been insolvent, like SVB. Then we have additional banks already that are not even sharing their transparency on their management of funds or also their portfolio, right? So we've seen so much bear, we've seen so much FUD, but that actually is a signal for people to understand that it could be a sign to get in the market. Remember, like what Warren Buffett used to say: sell when people are greedy and buy when the people are fearful. Diba? So much fear, diba?
Yeah, exactly. Agree. So when there is so much fear, you need also to have so much greed sa pagbili.
Yeah, be the opposite. Ganun. So, yun naman yung parang nakikita namin as like an insight that we see. Pero syempre, it's still up to you, no? To decide on your management and stuff. But yeah, going forward into Bitcoin as being the number one cryptocurrency in the space, how do you look into Bitcoin right now? I think sana hindi ka na naging biased dun kasi napunta ang Boracay for the Bitcoin event. Pero we know you're not biased, but how do you see Bitcoin right now?
Yeah, without bias on my perspective sa Bitcoin yan, kasi I'm basing it on the technical side. So, currently, guys, meron kasi tayong parang sideways market dito for almost 18 days right now. So, pero, let's gonna dive here on the lower time frame. So, meron kasi siyang
yeah.
So, meron kasi siyang dito, there is a liquidity na pwedeng balikan ng price dito sa baba, which is somehow some of the imbalances. Mamaya itatakal natin yung imbalances mamaya sa education series. So, smart money knows this imbalances at saka yung mga liquidity dito sa baba. Now, what I am seeing here right now is whenever Bitcoin broke out of this ranging or sideways market for 18 days, that signals the next big movement for the Bitcoin. So we cannot conclude yet right now if this price gonna go down or this price gonna go up. Pero meron akong ipapakita sa'yo. Kasi you have told me before that we need to be we need to keep our eyes on the historical fractal of the Bitcoin, which actually happened last 2019. So, I have something here to show you guys kung ano nang nangyari sa 2019 at kung saan tayo ngayon. So, most probably there are a lot of people saying that this price action is actually like the 2019 run. So, saan ba yun? Ito siya. So, currently, if we are going to compare this, andito tayo ngayon. So, 3-week candle na sideways last 2019. So, can you imagine that one? Yeah, 3. Tandaan mo pa ako, 3. So, if we gonna compare this price action currently here, we got also 3 sideways candlestick. So, if the price follows, or if the price rhymes, of course, not the history, because history would not always repeat, no?
Yep.
I would always agree on that and me. Price really rhymes. So, if susundin niya, then we're gonna go up.
Wow, that's a pretty good alpha right there, Joe. Tama.
Yan. So, yeah. Yun siya. So that's gonna be our bullish sentiment. Para sa akin, wala nang bearish eh. Kasi whenever we go down, hindi na tayo mag-create ng lower lows. Because for me, technically speaking, the bottom was already in last, December. Yeah. Actually, meron akong dito. Parang nakikita din dito kasi every time na magdidip magbo-bottom yung market, in the macro perspective, always December siya. Like for example, in the 2018, so can you just imagine, 2018 was the bottom, and that was December, and also last year, which is somehow it's the same cycle, December din nagbo-bottom yun. So this is around November to December, something like that.
Yeah, definitely, I agree as well. So just to take on the point of Joe, history doesn't repeat itself, but it often rhymes. And also, even though like we see that Bitcoin is looking for an upward trajectory, doesn't mean to say it goes up all the time. Definitely, there's going to be points in time that is going to retrace at a certain period. But as long as the trend is continually increasing, I think it's still like dips are for buying. That's what I see right now. So there's going to be times where you'll feel like it's a sell-off. It's time to be bearish again. But just trust on the chart and understand what is happening in the space. So we're here to provide you some information. If you want to learn more, Joe has a good analysis of the macro market every week in our Discord. So feel free to come.
Yun, see, very agree, whenever there is a dip, it's always an opportunity for buying. Next, kasi maraming nagtatanong if it's really we are going to an Altseason. Pero I want to make sure na technically or in the technical perspective, we need also to validate on our bias. So speaking with Altseason, actually I'm looking at the Bitcoin dominance currently sa weekly time frame, and if we are going to check it right now, actually nasa multi-year resistance na yung dominance natin. So whenever the dominance will going back here, it's actually an Altseason. And hindi lang yan guys, kasi i-validate pa natin further using the total market cap, altcoin market cap. So, ito yung total. Pakita ko sa inyo yung total market cap. So, ito. So, actually, if we gonna zoom out ba? Tama ba pa?
Yep, zooming out.
Or zoom in.
If you zoom out, like check the macro market, macro perspective.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So if you zoom out, the total altcoin market cap is going to break out here. So nasa resistance level na siya. And the more the resistance is being tested, the more it's becoming weaker. So there is really a possibility, not probable, nasa 80% mangyayari siya. So 50-50 pa rin tayo in our bias. So there is a possibility that the altcoin market will explode here, and at the same time, the dominance will go down because of the resistance.
It's time for Altseason na ba, Joe? Altseason na ba?
Yeah, it's an Altseason.
Well, that's for my insights here, right? That's definitely one thing that is a good point. Kasi Bitcoin dominance in history has always been a good indicator for us to understand what's going to happen in the space. So, in terms of investing in crypto, Bitcoin will always be the number one investment because it's the easiest cryptocurrency to understand. Peer-to-peer payments, decentralized, and secured. All transparent in the chain, pretty much with an open ledger. After that, people would understand what else can they do in blockchain cryptocurrency. Hence comes in altcoins. And altcoins have a lot of utility that people can use. We have DeFi, we have NFTs, we have SocialFi, we have other things involved. Like we have also meme tokens. So it's showing that Bitcoin dominance goes down, altcoins go up, pretty much inverse. So if we see total market cap going up, doesn't mean it's just Bitcoin going up. It's also altcoins going up. So in terms of investment, we can spread our investments towards different cryptocurrencies. Kumbaga, you don't put your egg in one basket.
Yeah, that's what we call diversification, actually, Paolo. In addition to what we are talking here right now, no, kasi diba there is always a flow of the money. So, kumbaga last week, diba, nag-pump yung Bitcoin, diba? Pero altcoins were behind. So, kumbaga, hindi pa nag-pump yung altcoins ngayon. So, that means if this technical aspect would happen in the long run, so it's probably that the money will be flowing towards the altcoins. So, validating our perspective here right now. So, handa ka na ba pa?
Handa na please sa altcoin.
We will
kung may kilala ka dun sa Boracay ng mga Bitcoin Maxi, ako naman yung ETH Maxi. Medyo, I mean, it's always good to have, ikaw din. So it's always good to have different sets of people. For me kasi, ETH Maxi, ako because of the fundamentals behind Ethereum. So I know that you share the total market cap. We're actually looking at different altcoins as well, no? Before I move into like different altcoins, I just want to share this chart as well as an indicator that I've used for the longest time. Wait, let me share my screen a bit. There we go. Let me try to magic this in quickly. Sabihin mo, Joe, pag na-magic ko. Yan. So this is
that alpha chart indicator.
So this is actually the buy cycle indicator that I used to measure the macro market. This is typically this is focused on Bitcoin, no? Usually, just TLDR shows this a lot in the passions. As long as the price is above the yellow line, we are at a trending market going up. So we're moving upward in the macro perspective of things. That's for me. So as long as this one holds, pretty much we are okay. Ganun lang naman yung definition. And if you want to look into it, it's look into bitcoin.com. Another thing I want to share before we go to the different altcoins for you, Ethereum. So the reason why I am a Ethereum maxi is because of the deflationary aspect of Ethereum. So in case you don't know what this is ultrasound.money that measures the circulating supply of ETH in the market. We had EIP, if I'm not mistaken, 1559. And then we also had the transition of Ethereum from proof of work to proof of stake, where there's this burning mechanism and what we call the merge. So because of the merge that happened last year, ETH supply is going down, which means the supply of ETH currently is decreasing. Meaning, if people are using Ethereum network and people have that strong demand on ETH, people are buying ETH, the supply decreases, it's the law of supply and demand, price would tend to increase. So we are at a depreciating emissions for Ethereum. But there's more to that. Ano yung sa tingin mo dito, Joe, on ultrasound money?
Yeah, this is actually bullish narrative for Ethereum, no? Most especially the upcoming Shapella upgrade, no? So, yun. Ano ba yung sentiment mo sa Shapella upgrade? Kasi some of the people are actually bearish on it, and some of it are bullish. I want to know what's your take on the sentiment as regards to the Shapella upgrade.
Okay. That's a good question, Joe, actually. The month of April is actually focused on Ethereum for the people that I know who are in the space because of Shapella upgrade. People asking, that's a good question, Joe. What is Shapella ba? Well, Shapella is a combination of two words, Shanghai and Capella. This is going to happen next week, actually, April 12, or in our time, it could be April 13. What happens here is due to the merge, people who are staking 32 ETH to become a node in Beacon Chain will be able to withdraw their ETH already. Pwede na lang kunin yung ETH nila if they don't want to be a node operator anymore. What does that mean? If people withdraw ETH as a node operator, they could have the opportunity to sell. Correct? But the reason why it's not a bearish event, it's because at least 80%, what I remember, 80% is actually still in negative profit for staking in ETH. So if you stake in ETH, if you are a node operator and you stake ETH there, you're actually earning Ethereum to validate transactions in the Ethereum network. So they earn rewards in ETH, but the profitability they're still in the negative range. So you won't really wanna withdraw and sell your ETH if you're negative, diba? So there's still a big chunk of people who are at that negative profit ratio. But that's for me. Another thing is that if you withdraw, you don't exactly withdraw 32 ETH. There's going to be like a round robin system, and a certain amount of ETH you could withdraw at a certain time. It's not directly if the upgrade happens, 32 ETH can be withdrawn easily. No, there's a process, quite a long process actually. What I've seen in the upgrade specification is at least 4.67 days to withdraw most of your ETH. And there are two factors also, soft withdraw and hard withdraw. So soft withdraw, you're just going to withdraw your rewards for staking. So if you're a staker of 32 ETH, yung rewards mo lang pwede mong i-withdraw and sell. Hard withdraw is when you withdraw everything, but that's going to take a while. Another thing, for Shapella upgrade, once that's done, there are other platforms that you could also use your ETH that is actually liquid, what we call liquid staking derivatives. Kasi if you stake in the Beacon chain, medyo it takes a lot of time to withdraw. No? But for here, there's a new narrative forming in the crypto space called LSDs, where if you provide ETH, they convert it into a derivative where you can use it in other platforms. Medyo complex siya. Pero the short story here is that, okay, we can withdraw Ethereum next week because of the Shanghai or the Shapella upgrade. But there are going to be more avenues to use your ETH rather than selling them. If it were me, why would I sell my ETH if I know the supply is depreciating? Diba? We're losing amount of ETH in the market. So if people are using ETH, okay, we have the Ethereum network, we have layer 2, who are using the Ethereum network to finalize transactions, and people are still have high demand. Yun yung insight ko dun. I mean, if it were me, I wouldn't sell my ETH at all. How about you, Joe? What's your take on this?
Of course, I'm not selling my ETH since then. No? Pero my take my take on this nasa Shapella Upgrade. Sentiment wise, more on bullish side kasi I as far as could still remember, those who stake, those validators are actually stake their ETH nung mataas pa yung presyo ng ETH, no? So that means if they're going to sell during the unstaking, parang they are in loss, parang gano'n, di ba? Mas lugi pa sila kasi they're all underwater. Not all, but some. Pero yeah, maybe some of the validators would like reinstate and restake pala. Yeah. So
yeah, here's my time frame. Yeah, this is my time frame of thought into this. No, April 13 is the Shanghai upgrade, or what we call the Shapella upgrade now. People would sell their rewards, their ETH rewards, not the 32 ETH, not their node. They're gonna sell their rewards just to take in profit because they have to profit to operate, right? They need to get their return of investment. But that's just a minimum amount. That's just a small amount in the space. We might see some sort of a pullback during that time, but it's gonna get eaten up anyway. That's my thought. It's just gonna get eaten up by people who want to buy at a lower price. What's the chart telling us for ETH, Joe? Do you know? Like, do you have an idea?
Yes. Okay. Let's show Ethereum chart right now. Magic. Wait. Let's magic.
Magic na.
Right. Oops.
Medyo nagkaka-techie issues tayo. Ayun na.
And so if you are going to look at here, guys, actually nag-update tayo sa page no March 10 about the overall picture of Ethereum. No, kasi nasa consolidation stage siya from June 2022. So, no March 10, we got a projection that that this formation is a bullish and somehow in the long run mag-break out talaga to. So what we are seeing here right now is really a bullish move for the Ethereum kasi it makes already a higher high since August 2020. So can you just imagine there's there's a pump that happened just today for the Ethereum. So I think this is in preparation for the upcoming Shanghai upgrade. So the price is already coming in.
It's priced in.
More on bullish. Parang gano'n. Yeah, it's pricing in. So I'm sorry. I think if magtutuloy ito pa, I think I am seeing here 2,600 area. So parang because this is the point of interest for me around 3,720. So yeah, I am agreeing with you na kung baga merong drawdown pero it's gonna be a retest for this area. Tapos
right.
Ay, sorry. Yan. Ano ba nangyari dito? So retest tapos pump. So that's my sentiment. So overall kasi, this is now a bullish move for the Ethereum. So most probably, since Ethereum big cap is pumping, so maybe mid cap altcoins will be following soon.
Right. That's a good idea. Say Bitcoin first, diba, mag-pump, and then we have that altcoin season based on the Bitcoin dominance going down. And then it's proven or it's relevant on Ethereum. Now, given Ethereum is the second largest cryptocurrency and considered an altcoin, other coins would tend to follow, no? because of like the price growth of the total market. People wouldn't really buy just Ethereum. People wouldn't really just buy Bitcoin. They would like to explore other opportunities as well. What is some of the opportunities that we can look out for, Joe? Na nakikita mo?
Before Pao, we're going to review our picks. So I'm gonna showing to you our weekly chart. Weekly Altcoin chart. So yung weekly Altcoin chart natin would be the link or chain link. So the reason why I am bullish on the chain link aside from the fundamental aspect, technically kasi guys, this has been in a long accumulation phase. Hindi pa siya nag-pump, hindi siya nag-breakout, walang breakout na nangyari since the market is pumping. So if you're gonna see here, it's almost around 300 days. No, not 300. It's 329 days pala. No, until now that this price is ranging sideways. No, so how about anong take mo dito sa Chainlink in terms of fundamentals?
Well,
Why are you bullish on Chainlink in terms of fundamentals?
Yeah, so Chainlink has most of the market share in terms of price oracles, no? Or like oracles in general. What does Chainlink do? Chainlink provides price feeds for different protocols for them to be effective on-chain and off-chain wise. So on-chain data is being transferred to like the applications or off-chain data to make their price feeds or data in sync with what the markets have. Example, it's like synthetic tokens, right? Synthetic tokens take their data from traditional markets. That is like one of the services that Oracle has, that the Chainlink has. Chainlink currently upgraded their tokenomics. So pretty much Chainlink stakers, if I recall correctly, validate the data or the transactions involved with the Oracle processes that they have. So for Chainlink stakers, they earn a number of Chainlink tokens based on the annual percentage returns that they have for staking. The reason why it's in at the manipulation phase or in its accumulation is just because of the macro market involved, where we had that bear market run, accumulation, and right now we're expecting a distribution phase or like a pump from the accumulation phase.
Yeah, exactly. No, so technically speaking, kasi talking about the chart, the longer the accumulation is, the more it is becoming explosive when it pumps. So, parang kumbaga, when this market pumps, it's gonna be an explosive. Kung tutuusin natin, no? Ang haba nung niya, no? Since May 2022. Can you imagine?
Oh, mm-hmm. Yeah, actually, isa ang Chainlink sa mga altcoins na naglalagi. Kasi most of the altcoins that we've seen have actually exited their accumulation phase already. And Chainlink is like one of the altcoins that have not come out of that accumulation phase. So I think it's about time, huh?
Yeah. So again, guys, for those who are watching, hindi to financial advice. This is just showing you some of the opportunities that we have looked out and watch out for the market. Yeah. So yeah, I've heard Pao that we have picked some altcoins also for the community, and we want to review how was the performance of our March pick and also our new pick, which is for the.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks, Joe. For our Discord or for our community who have been in our Discord, we actually share, for those who are new here, we actually share our top 10 picks of altcoins per month. So we had our February, we had our March. Now it's time for us to go with our April. But first, before we go to April, right, you have to understand how did the March picks perform. So let me share. Kita mo ba, Joe? I'm not sure kung nakikita mo tong beautiful Excel sheet.
Load. Yeah, okay na siya. I'm seeing.
Okay, cool. All right. So just give you a summary based on our Feb analysis. Our Feb analysis is actually saying that there are times where we have to take profit because we are at a sideways market. So yes, that stayed true also with March. Though we are saying with Joe that it's kind of bullish already, given like it's time to because of the FUD, because of the fear, because of like the implosions of banks, because of the implosion of other crypto projects that happened last year. But it's always good to take profits. Our March, okay, we'll be very transparent. Our March picks from the entry to the closing, if you held that, it's negative. But the analysis that we had in Feb, if you move that to March, is actually on a good point because our analysis says that if you are in profit with these tokens, you have to take profit. So don't hold it for the month. Just make sure that you get your return of investment because we are not actually at a full-blown bull market yet. So in terms of March, we do have two top performance that overlapped our losses. One is Pendle Finance and the other is Bluetooth Style. So because of this, we are able to see that the closing difference between the top 10 and this from the entry to the closing is not as large compared to when we had the bear market. The insights here is if you were able to take profit along the way within the month, they're looking at it per peak difference. If you see the peak for the month, it's still up like 465%. So the point is here is we share our top 10 picks for the month. If you are in profit, make sure to take profit because that's your investment. You have all the right to take profit. Make sure to just safeguard your assets. So month on month, we just review from our opening statement that we shared to the closing and see how they performed. This is all transparent. This is all in Discord. If you want to look at our top 10 for April, we posted it yesterday. I think that was around 9 or 10 p.m. Then you can check it out. So before we move on, no, I want to move on already, by the way. So let's go with our April picks now. We had a lot of discussion yesterday. And here's our picks for our top 10. First one is Lido. So what is Lido? Lido is a liquid staking derivative. This is part of the LSD narrative or like the Shanghai Upgrade narrative where people can stake their ETH here and have that liquids to have their stake liquid. So what you do instead of becoming a node operator that you need to ETH to validate transactions, you can deposit in Lido and they do the bulk or like they do the combination or the gathering of 32 ETH to become a node operator so you can get rewards. So here, Lido is a first pick because of Shanghai Upgrade for ETH. Secondly, it's Velodrome. It's one of the projects that we talked about last month. So in terms of the operations of Velodrome, it has not grew yet, does not perform, but we are expecting this to still be a good coin for April. Why? Because Velodrome is the liquidity engine of Optimism. If you know Optimism, it's the competitor of Arbitrum. It's a layer 2 roll-up that rolls up transactions for cheaper fees and faster transaction throughput. So Velodrome, in short, or like super layman term, it's a place to swap tokens, provide liquidity. It's a Solidly fork. So if you guys know Solidly, this is a fork of Solidly. Third, it's Pendle Finance, which pumped today, 43%. Wow. So yesterday we posted this, no? Pendle Finance has been performing month on month on month. February, we had like 128% growth. March was how much was March though? Like March was 59%. And again, it has pumped again 43% just a day. The reason for this is because this project is a yield trading protocol where you could trade yield. So instead of trading tokens, you are trading yield.
Hi
Why
there.
is it pumping? Because
Today, I'm going to
the
show
LSD
you how to
narrative as
create
well,
a presentation
because of Shanghai
in
Upgrade.
Visme.
People are speculating on how much yield is going to come out after Shanghai Upgrade on ETH. And pretty much Pendle positioned itself to allow trading of yield for their ETH. Yun siya. It's also being talked a lot because they are part of the interest rate derivatives. So interest rate derivatives in traditional finance is actually a 5 trillion market. So they're bringing that
Let's get
thing
started.
to DeFi.
If you want to start from an
chart,
click the Create button.
Unidex. Unidex is our like
automatically
small
inserted
cap
exactly
fix.
where you need it.
Unidex is one
now
of
I
the
need to change the
emerging
numbers on the data
space
slide.
because
Select
it has
the data widget on your
if I remember,
colors are also customizable based on your brand guidelines as well. Creating amazing content.
I'm trying to remember what's the value proposition of this. It's an aggregated liquidity layer. So this allows but it's new to the space and has a lot of integrated networks in. So it integrates different DEX into their platform so that you have minimum slippage, minimum price impact as well. Because if you swap tokens, you pay fees. Here, they kind of aggregate the different exchanges so that you get lesser fees to pay. Next one is Ethereum. Well, it's a given because April is Ethereum month. And we are bullish on Ethereum because of the Shanghai upgrade. So we believe that in the upgrade next week, it's not really a bearish event. It's more bullish actually because of the utility and capabilities of LSDs that could minimize the impact of withdrawals during the upgrade. Next, Injective. So what's Injective? They're actually building capabilities for Solana applications to go to Cosmos. So Cosmos is a layer 1, but it interconnects blockchains in the space. So pretty much it's kind of like going through the app-specific blockchain narrative. What Injective does is they built an SVM, C-level virtual machine, where applications in Solana can now interact to Cosmos. In Cosmos, there's a big ecosystem there, different demand. Solana, different demand. Combine those two together, it's going to be composable, and it would allow different applications to interact together. So Injective is one of the protocols that were bullish. In terms of the backing, they have Binance, they have Pantera, they have Jump, they have MarketCap. So has not pumped yet, but we're expecting something good. Market cap, kind of big already, 436 mil. Okay, I won't dive into this because this is pretty much like valuation. If you want to learn more about valuations, we have it in our Discord. So this one, Chainlink, is another bullish token that we have. It was explained by Joe. The reason for that on technical analysis-wise. Accumulation, it's ready for a lift off going to like the certain price point that we shared. Frac shares. Frac shares has been in the space for a while because of their Frax stablecoin. So Frax has a full suite of applications that they built. They have lending, they have swaps, and they're actually in the LSD space as well. Stake Frax. So they went into this part because of the LSD narrative as well, Shanghai upgrade, and is seeing a lot of traction for people to stake their ETH to them and make their stake ETH liquid for them to use it to something else. So if you stake your ETH to Frax, you get that stake Frax ETH where you can use that as collateral to borrow different assets. So it's a series of utility built on top of Frax shares. Okay. They're earning a lot of revenues as well. Next is Premia. Premia is actually building a very good user interface for options trading. If you don't know what options trading is, it's a different type of trading using calls and puts at a certain time maturity. So it's not perpetual. There are certain times that you could play around with calls and puts. So it's like limit orders, like buying and selling. But okay, I don't have so much knowledge on options because I don't play with options a lot. But it's pretty much that. It's not perpetual. There's a certain time period where you could buy the derivative contract and speculate on price in the future. So Premia is not actually the first one to create an options protocol in DeFi. We actually have Dopex. We actually have Ribbon. But the reason why we put in Premia because it's one of the recent ones that is starting to build momentum. It's a low market cap gem. And the user interface is really good. It uses traditional interface, makes it look easier to use. So if I were to connect this one, I'm not sure if it's gonna load. Yeah. So yeah, it's that simple. Calls, puts, and then you just check your price at expiry. So if you guys know options, if you can try, if you want to play with options, if you have idea of options, you can try Pinia. And last but not the least is actually Mask Network. So Mask Network is actually tied up with two people. It's Elon and it's CZ. So why Elon? Why CZ? Okay. Mask is connected with two other projects, Trust Wallet and what's the other one? Doge. Okay. Because Mask Networks allows privacy for social media platforms. What they're doing is they're going to create a privacy network for Facebook and Twitter. So Mask Network, just read this out loud. Mask Network brings privacy and benefits from Web3 to social media platforms like Facebook and Twitter using open source. So the rumor here, or the chica here, is that Elon, already operating Twitter, will be using Mask Network for their privacy interaction as an open source platform, social platform. And they're going to use Trust Wallet as their wallet for Twitter. So this is more on the speculation, but has been somehow really interconnected already. So in terms of investing or market cap, it's at a 432 mil valuation. Same valuation already, or same market cap already as Trust Wallet. So that's our top 10 for April. Most of it is actually in the LSD narrative or Shanghai Upgrade narrative. It's Lido, it's Pendle, it's Ethereum, and Fractures. So bullish LSD narrative within April. If you want to learn more of this one, or if you want to learn how to exchange stuff, come in the Discord. We have it there. We also already included our summary of these projects. Ayun. For this...
Ayun, so...
Yeah. May tanong ako sa'yo, Joe.
Ayun, so thank you so much. Yeah, ayun, so thank you so much, Pao, for explaining all of our April picks. So we have based our picks actually on fundamentals at saka technical. So we have provided some entry points, kung baga range siya, where you can safely, buy and choose out one of the picks na ginawa namin. Yun.
Yeah. So may tanong, Joe, out of the top 10 coins that we have chosen, ano yung pinaka-bullish mo?
Of course, Lido. Lido, Ethereum, Link, and ano pa yung isa? Kalimutan ko yung isa na mention kanina sa picks natin. Basta, more siya dun sa, Fractures. Yan. Fractures. Yeah.
Right,
so,
right.
I think that's the point that I'm also picking up from our April picks. And, pero guys, always remember na hindi to financial advice. These are just some of the opportunities that we have seen sa narratives this April. Yeah.
So additional to that, yung sinasabi ni Joe, based on our March and February analysis, as long as you are in profit, make sure to take profit, because the market is already starting to pick up and seeing like that appreciation or like up only price, but not really up only. We are still not in a bullish market. There's still a lot of things to look out for, like FOMC, like interest rate hikes. But currently market is looking a little bit more optimistic compared to previous months. TLDR, make sure to take profit once you invest. Yun. Any questions so far on the exchange on where to buy? You can pretty much just go to the Discord and ask people there. We're always open for anything.
Yeah, exactly. So, yun guys, if you have questions, So kung wala kang tanong dun sa Facebook natin where we are currently having our live, you can actually ask more on the Discord. So if wala pa kayo sa Discord, sa mga nanood ngayon, you can actually join our link. So andyan lang sa caption namin sa live. So, yun.
Nice. So one last thing before we go is that there's a lot of things actually, Joe, na binabanggit sa space about airdrops, no? The latest one was Arbitrum. Kamusta yung Arbitrum airdrop hunting mo, Joe? Nakakuha ka?
Actually, yeah, nakakuha ako. And also thanks to the community, especially si Pao. Kasi Pao is really, diligent in sharing the airdrops, to the community. And also the community also, nakaka-benefit din tayo. So, yeah, speaking with the Arbitrum airdrop, nakakuha ako ng like around 1,000 plus. So,
nice.
Hindi ko siya binenta.
Right. The current price actually ng Arbitrum is I think 1.18, no? So, i-share ko lang yung history on the Arbitrum network. Actually, we were talking about this with Joe since November. We had like a small group together in the Discord to share insights and actually spoke about the potential Arbitrum airdrop, no? Why airdrops happen? Why do airdrops happen? Because usually protocols would like to dive into becoming decentralized, having a DAO, and usually these tokens turn into governance tokens. These are provided to people who have been early supporters of the protocol or the project or whatsoever, have contributed, and have actually tried out or tested if there are any bugs or whatsoever. So if you are an early user of a certain project, there might be a potential airdrop. That's why it's always good to be early, try it out. In terms of money, did we use money to earn the airdrop? Nothing. It's more on effort and understanding the space and researching what's the space is about. In terms of time frame, when do airdrops usually happen? We actually don't know. We just try things out and hopefully it works because this is not guaranteed. Sabi nga ng Arbitrum before, noong 2020, they're never gonna do an Arbitrum token. Pero, tanan, andyan na siya. So what we mean here is that it's always good to be early, try things out, and look out for potential airdrops. We actually have airdrop farmers. Let me share you one. This is actually Crypto Snooper. Most of the information or alpha is actually in Twitter or crypto. So what he's looking right now is like our airdrops for ZK Sync, Shardom, Linea, Layer 0, and Scroll. If you want to learn more about this and how these things work, we usually have fireside chats in Discord to share information on how to do this stuff. And maybe we get the airdrop. TLDR, in order to have the airdrop, be early, try things out, contribute to the space, and just research. For the Arbitrum, how much usually? Yun. Is the airdrop for one person? Nabanggit ni Joe, he was able to get like 1,000. Other people were able to get like 8K, 7K, and other people were able to get 10K. Ganun, 10K tokens. And then if you contribute that to the price, kayo na lang mag-compute. Ganun. It's effort. There's a lot of effort to it. It's usually time, using time to research, but you get reward a lot if you are able to catch these types of opportunities. Yun lang naman.
Yun. So thank you so much, Pao, for being really diligent in sharing the information on the airdrops in our community. And of course, guys, there are still a lot of upcoming airdrops na you don't need to miss on it. Kasi it was really proven that Arbitrum really gave the airdrop to the community. Yun. At saka may idadagdag lang ako na there is a new, way of having an airdrop. Like for example, yung traditional kasi yung mga task, like follow social media, something like that, yung mga faucet. Pero ngayon kasi iba na, we are more on the bridging, interacting with the blockchains, doon sa mga ecosystem nila. Testnet, kung baga. Yun. So if you wanna learn more about the net, so join again our Discord because we are having our fireside every now and then if there are upcoming more airdrops. Yun.
I'll also share, magkaka-fireside chat ako by next week just want to compile all of the potential airdrops that we can do. And then we do a user journey step by step. So from creating the wallet, ginawa natin yun for ZK's Think and Scroll. Let's do that for Linya. Kasi I think Linya is also good. But not guaranteed.
Yun. Yeah. So, anything more, Pao? Anything more to add?
Today we have a lot of things that's gonna happen, no? We're being invited to speaking and stuff. So si Joe actually will be busy. Pinakita niya yung schedule sa akin, parang everyday meron na siyang pag-uusapan. So kailangan na niyang mag-share, ganyan. Influencer na siya eh. So mahirap na siyang hagilapin. Joke lang. But yeah, do come by our Discord. So we're very active in Discord. We have our traders there. We have fundamental analysts there. We have different alpha sharing there as well. And if you have questions, just go to the chat. And yeah, would love to see you there. If we do a fireside chat, do come in. No stress whatsoever. You talk about anything that you want to talk about, and then we just share. Let's just get to know about the cryptocurrency space together.
Ayun. So, I think na may narinig ako pa, no? May bago ka ngayon. Ako na mag-promote. Pao is actually now currently having his blog sa Facebook. So, follow Pao sa kanyang Facebook. So, maganda yung mga sinusulat niya doon. And, yeah. Learn more about the apps.
Yep, we're gonna... Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter. What I usually do, maggagawa ng blog sa Facebook for the surface level, general, sa mga gusto matuto on like investing and stuff. My Twitter is more hardcore, like deep dive. Like I talk about layer 0, I talk about narratives, I talk about ZK EVM. If you are interested that you follow my Twitter and learn about my write-up there. Ayun lang. I think that's all we have for tonight, Joe. There's just so much information. We don't want to overwhelm people. But if you have questions, we go ask you as our influencer or our founder for TCA. Yeah.
Ayun, low-key lang tayo. Ayun, so we're gonna do our closing spiel.
Yeah, it's always our favorite closing spiel. So thanks guys for watching. If you do have questions, come in our Discord or just chat influencer Joe right there. This is Unfold, where we discover, learn, share about cryptocurrency in the market, unfolding new crypto insights so you don't have to.
Ayun. This is Joe and Pao. Yeah.
See you again.
Good night, everyone, and thank you for listening.
Bye. Thanks, Joe.